You are Locked On Phillies Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Philadelphia, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Mark Vientos. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. It's great to have you along for the ride, although the ride today in particular sucks because the Phillies today, they sucked. Hey, what do you know? Good times. One loss away from being eliminated after winning the division. This team's going to lose to the New York Mets. And I'm going to go ahead and just start at the end. Not many things in sports really shock me anymore. There might be a thing where I'm like, oh, wow, I haven't seen that before. That's pretty amazing, right? But very few things like shock me. Like people are shocked that Alec Boehm didn't start game 2 of this series. And I'm like, well, he has been terrible lately. And I don't think he's 100% healthy, so it's not shocking to me. But I tell you all that to tell you this. Simply, I would be shocked if there was a game 5. Absolutely shocked if there was a game 5. And I would be absolutely doubly shocked if the Phillies won that game 5. But, that's a story for another day because today's story is how much the Phillies are terrible at baseball. That's fun. That's right. A division winner this terrible at baseball. I can certainly identify with how the Braves have felt over the last 2 years going up against Philadelphia Phillies. And you know what? I can certainly identify with the Mets right now playing their best brand of baseball to wrap up the regular season and really being the best version of themselves ever since they got back to London, where the Phillies, unfortunately, I guess they had bad tea. I guess they had some bad pints over there because they certainly have not been the same team since that London trip. And I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm using it as a line of demarcation. Up to this point, the Phillies were good at baseball. After this point, the Phillies were very mediocre at best at baseball, a 500 team at baseball. This line right here of demarcation just happens to be the London trip. I'm not blaming it. I'm not crediting it. I'm simply saying if you're looking for the line of demarcation, that's it. And you can even go before that because I've gone back to May 25th, actually, where they had that series against the Rockies, and then they played the Giants, and they've just been a very average, no good, very mediocre team ever since then. But really hammered that point home after London. So anyway, welcome into the show. Once again, my name is Mark Vientos. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast and Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. This particular episode is brought to you by Booking.com. The right state can make you a fan of any U.S. city, even your baseball rivals city. To Booking.com, the official accommodation partner of Major League Baseball. Get the Booking.com app today. Let's begin it with 3 big things right out of the gate. Let's get to it. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Aaron Nola needed ace quality stuff tonight. And my prediction, just to put it out there for the game, was Aaron Nola needs to give you 7 innings tonight. I said this before the game, 2 home runs. He's going to give up 2 solo home runs. He's going to give up not 1, but 2 of them. And I looked at about the 4th inning. It was about 51 pitches, I think it was. And he had given up 2 solo home runs already. One to Winker, the other Pete Alonso in the 2nd inning. It was 2-0. He starts out that 5th inning, at 51 pitches. And then he gets through that 5th inning pretty nicely. 15 pitches there in the 5th inning. I'm like, all right, we got through the 5th inning. This is Aaron Nola's really bad, no good, very bad, terrible, awful, ugly, horrible inning. He got through the 5th. His ERA is a run higher, full run higher, if not a little bit more in the 5th inning than it is any other inning that he has. So by far the 5th inning is his terrible inning. Also, against the New York Mets in his last start in the regular season, the 5th inning was his terrible inning. He was really good, sharp as could be through 4, and then he got to the 5th, and then he was terrible. So I'm watching Aaron Nola tonight, and I look, you go get to it, gave it the 2 solo home runs, he got through the 5th inning. All right, we got cruise control to the 7th inning. Nope. And let me even before we even get into the 6th, I know the line said 5 innings, 2 runs. I know that's what the pitching line was for Aaron Nola. But if you watch the game, he was getting barreled. barreled through the first 4 innings of this game. Barreled through the first 4 innings. Luckily, he had only given up 2 runs. So when I say ace quality stuff, there was never a point where I was like, wow, he's really got him off balance. He looks like Aaron Nola. Like the first inning I watched, I went, okay, maybe we got something here. He gave up the home run to Alonso. I went, yeah, that's about right. Gave up the home run to Winker. I went, that's about right. And then the 6th inning happened. And the 6th inning was terrible. And it wasn't even him making the runs cross the plate. It was just him putting the runs on base. The way that 6th inning went for Aaron Nola was devastating. Vientos leads it off with a single to center field, to left field, full count. Brandon Nimmo walks. He also had a full count. Pete Alonso, he walks. He also had a full count. Bases loaded, nobody out, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Nola goes out, Orion Kerkering comes in. I'm just going to jump right ahead, okay? I think I've made the point that Aaron Nola didn't have the ace quality stuff tonight that we needed him to have, okay? So let's jump ahead to number 2, defense. Defense. Oh, my goodness gracious. Edmundo Sosa is at second base today. Edmundo Sosa is playing second base. He's hitting .284 against lefties. He's facing Minaya tonight, so seemed like the obvious thing. However, I would have much rather him at third base. And Bryson Stott for defensive purposes. Oh, and also maybe he's got his confidence going a little bit, being that he just had a triple for you in the previous game. So maybe, just maybe you keep Bryson Stott in the lineup tonight. But, that's Rob Thomson. That's a bad idea. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do it. He'll do it during the regular season. He's not going to do it in this game. Bases loaded, nobody out. Orion Kerkering comes in. You're in the 6th inning. Deep breath. It's a 2-0 ball game. Jose Iglesias hits a ground ball to Edmundo Sosa at second base. Edmundo Sosa, it's a double play ball. It is a 2-3 double play ball. No runs are across the plate, and all of a sudden, you got 2 outs in the inning, and Orion Kerkering can get his way, can get out of it. Instead, and I heard him singing, oh my God, they were singing his praises on the broadcast, Brzezinski and the Wainwright. Oh, he kept his head about him. This could have been a lot worse. Okay. Bottom line is, they needed to be perfect in this situation, and a guy that's supposed to be better in there and mostly in there for defensive abilities did not come up with a good play here. And Bryson Stott, no doubt in my mind, makes that play. Goes from a 2-0 game, stays 2-0 because you have the one out recorded at first, at home. Then you have the fly ball by Winker to left field. That should have been it. You're out of the bases loaded, nobody out, jam. Oh my God, momentum shift possibly. But instead, after the second out of the inning is recorded with Winker's fly out to left field, Starling Marte steps up to the plate and puts a 2-run single to center field. Bang, bang, boom. The lead is doubled. 2-0 to 4-0. And fortunately, I think it was Alonso that got thrown out at home. No, it was Taylor that grounded into the 5-4 fielder's choice to end the inning. But the defense in this game drove me nuts. Trey Turner at second base, dropping that ball from JT Realmuto. Not right. I'm going to go ahead and lump in just boneheaded plays. Sosa booting it. Turner dropping the ball at second base. Alec Boehm actually gets a hit in this game, but he's like, oh, this is a good thing. How can I ruin it? Let me try to stretch this into a double, even though I am far from fleet of foot. If you've watched me throughout the entire season, you know that I have ripped Nick Castellanos time and time again for being slow as anything. Alec Boehm makes him look fleet of foot. Okay. Alec Boehm makes him look like Jimmy Rollins. All right. Alec Boehm is rounded first base, sees the ball played off the wall perfectly by Tyrone Taylor there in center field, barehands it, throws it in, and Boehm's like, I'm going to leg this out. It was a throw that was offline. It wasn't a perfect throw, but damn, it was there. It was up the line a little bit. Boehm, if it was a perfect throw, Boehm would have been waiting for him at second base. And instead, he just tagged the head of the guy they called the giraffe. I would have liked if Raffy, quote unquote's neck was maybe just 2 or 3 inches shorter, and maybe he actually beats it out. I doubt it. But tries to stretch that into a double. Not a good move. He's thrown out at second base, killed any momentum, would have had a runner on first base at least with 1 out. And look, here's the thing. I could really nitpick a lot about the offense here, but it was all so terrible. Like which domino, like even if you removed one domino, like there was the rest were going to fall eventually anyway. That's the way it felt in this game. Kyle Schwarber on first glance, not scoring on the Bryce Harper RBI single there in the 8th inning. Again, the Phils get some offense going in the 8th inning. Maybe a little earlier to help you out, boys. But Bryce Harper gets the RBI single to right field. That makes it a 6-1 ball game. You finally get a runner across the plate. Kyle Schwarber's on second base. There's 2 outs. Harper delivers it into right field. How does Schwarber not score on that? On first glance, that's what I thought. Then I saw it again. The throw in, Taylor, I think, was in right field at that point in the game. He would have got him. There's no doubt in my mind he would have gunned down Kyle Schwarber at home plate. That was a good throw. Schwarber, they even said it in the broadcast, we know this in Philadelphia, not exactly fleet of foot. Doesn't get as much credit as some other people maybe should give him for not exactly being slow. But even if, he gets thrown out at the plate there. But the very next batter ended up not mattering because Nick Castellanos came up and drove him home. So boneheaded plays would be number 2 on my list. Number 1 on my list, and it's so easy. It's so easy to go there. And it's the most obvious glaring thing. And I didn't even realize this. At one point in the game, and credit to this gentleman for pointing it out, Patrick Gordon, Philadelphia Daily News, also Baseball America, I believe, put this out on social media. Nola's 2 blemishes so far with the issues were the home runs. Okay, with the home runs. And then, of course, the bullpen allowed some runs there. And, yes, they were charged to Aaron Nola. So 5 innings, 4 runs. Aaron Nola, okay. But at one point in the game, the 6 through 9 holes in the Phillies order, 0 for 13 in game 1, 2 for 15 in game 2, 0 for 6 in tonight's ball game. That's a stretch of 2 for 34. That's a .058 batting average. God awful. That's pathetic. That's absolutely pathetic. And I really hate to do this because I hate crossing sports, but Philadelphia fans, you guys know this. You guys have seen this play before. I've seen this. This is the sequel to the Philadelphia Eagles 2023. The 2024 Philadelphia Phillies are the sequel to the 2023 Philadelphia Eagles. That's what we're watching here. We're watching a one playoff series and done type of scenario. We're watching a team that, although the record was sexy as hell, man, that's one sexy record. It was a little hollow. Oh, certainly a little hollow. And as we know from watching and rooting on this Phillies team over the last 3 seasons, well, 2 previous seasons, I should say, you got to be hot at the right time to make it into the playoffs, and hopefully you'll ride that into a World Series appearance, or at least maybe 1 win away from another World Series appearance, like last year against the Diamondbacks. But the Mets certainly remind me a hell of a lot of the Phillies from last year and the year before, where they got hot at the right time. They weren't the sexiest team in baseball throughout the entire year, but all of a sudden, June, they're like, oh, wait a minute. We remember how to play baseball. And then they become one of the better teams in all of baseball mid-June and on. And that's exactly what this New York Mets team has done. And you know what? It was a wonderful story. It absolutely was a wonderful story. And it just as someone who appreciates athletes, and I hate tipping my cap to the opponent, but Sean Manaea did a hell of a job tonight. I give him credit for that. But if you're being real, this Phillies team isn't punching their weight right now. And this is a team that at one point in the season, when people were talking about how they hadn't beaten anybody, they faced the ERA leader in the in all of baseball, and they were able to tattoo him when they went up against the Blue Jays earlier in the year. And there is no, and I hate to use the word magic, and I was thinking it while watching the game, and I was cringing because I know that the Mets have, they got copyright right now on the word magic, but the Phillies' mojo is completely gone. It's completely gone. And to reiterate, if not many things shock me in sports anymore, but oh my goodness, if the Phillies won tomorrow with Ranger Suarez on the mound, I'd be shocked. Shocked. You got to score runs to win, and I don't have confidence in Ranger Suarez coming in and slamming the door. I don't have, even if he goes 5 scoreless like he did, or 5 innings, 2 runs, I think it was in his last start against the Mets. Even if he goes out there and does that in this one tomorrow, the Phillies are going to score runs for him. And then even if Ranger Suarez does that, where let's say 5 innings, 2 runs, and the Phillies get 3 runs for him? Is the bullpen going to come in and dominate? No, not going to happen. You got another, now it's 2 days off for Edwin Diaz, by the way. So he'll be fresh as a, I don't know, cucumber? I don't know. He'll be fresh as anything after 130 pitches over his last, 8 appearances? Good Lord, man. It feels pretty terrible. Feels pretty terrible to know the fate that's lying ahead of the Phillies right now. 5:08 start time tomorrow. We'll get into that. We'll get into your comments coming up in a second. A couple of things also talking about this Phillies offense tonight. There was the Alec Bohm situation. I labeled that under boneheaded plays. Okay. Let's keep it going here. Edmundo Sosa gets hit by a pitch to get the leadoff runner on in the 3rd inning. Johan Rojas tries to lay down a bunt. Okay. Kyle Schwarber strikes out swinging at a high fastball, 6-pitch at bat. Trey Turner gets a single to left. All of a sudden, you got 2 on. You got 2 outs. Bryce Harper sees 3 sweepers. 3 of them. Three sweepers. And he ends up grounding out to Manaea there. I didn't even mention the boneheaded play by Estevez there, but we'll get to that. Harper grounds out to Manaea there at the pitcher, obviously, on 3 sweepers. 4th inning, Bohm tries to stretch, sees 1 pitch in the at-bat, puts it off the right center field wall, gets thrown out at second. Real Muta then flies out to left. Then Winker gets the solo home run to the do you call it I call it the upper deck. 399 feet to right field. 2-0 game. 5th inning, Phillies go down. Bang, bang, boom. 1, 2, 3 inning in a 7-pitch inning for Sean Manaea. Great job there. Austin Hayes, what a waste. What a waste. Glad you're healthy, but what a waste. 6th inning, Schwarber leadoff walk. This was the killer offensively. 6th inning, Kyle Schwarber steps up, was down in the count 0-2, works it to full, works the walk. Trey Turner steps up to the plate. He works the walk. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Bryce Harper then steps up to the plate. There's been a conversation that has started already about Bryce Harper being like the most clutch athlete ever, right? Okay. I love Bryce Harper, and I in no way, shape, or form think the man is overrated, and I've been saying that. I love the guy. But when you start talking about clutch, if he's that clutch, you're getting no hit in the World Series. If he's that clutch, you're winning Game 7 against the Diamondbacks. If he's that clutch, he's coming up with the big hit right here in the 6th inning. You're down 2-0. You have 2 on. You got nobody out. He sees 3 pitches, changeup, sweeper. See ya. Sits down. Not helpful. Nick Castellanos then lined out in the 4-6 double play, and that ended the threat, quote unquote, doubling off Kyle Schwarber at second base. And then it was all Mets after that. Phillies got 2 runs at the bottom of the 9th or bottom of the 8th inning, and that was that. When we come back, we'll continue to break this one down. We'll look also a little bit more at Sean Manaea. Did you guys know he changed his arm slot? I didn't know he changed his arm slot. I forgot when they told, like, when you knew that, because you follow baseball, you knew that Sean Manaea changed his arm slot. But I didn't. When they told us in the 1st inning, I forgot it by the second half for the bottom of the 1st inning, and then I forgot it again in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and then I forgot it again in the 3rd, and they just kept on reminding me. I'm like, thank God they keep reminding me to change the arm slot, because I totally forgot I changed the arm slot. Oh my God! Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Back in a second. This is Locked On Phillies postcast on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Let me tell you about Booking.com. Booking.yeah. This episode is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Explore the U.S. cities you've always secretly wanted to learn more about. Other baseball cities, for instance, during baseball's postseason. With hotels, bed and breakfast, vacation rentals, resorts, and so much more, Booking.com. With Booking.com, you have the perfect stay, even in your baseball rival's city during the postseason. Maybe it's time to taste test your baseball competition's stadium cuisine. Luckily, on Booking.com, you can find the stadium stay that's the right one for you. And with Booking.com's wide variety of choices across the United States, you could go incognito to all your baseball rivals' city. And not just for baseball. I just booked a trip to Puerto Rico, taking a little vacation in a couple of weeks. Thank you, Booking.com. Booking.com can help you book a stay that's close to your home team or rival's stadium. No matter what team you're rooting for this postseason, Booking.com can make you a fan of any U.S. city, from hotels that look over stadiums to family-friendly resorts to cute bed and breakfast stays. Booking.com has so many choices across the United States. The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city, even your baseball rival's city. Go to Booking.com, Booking.yeah. So that's fun. Sean Manaea. I got the feeling at one point tonight that obviously he was having a lot of success, but I also got the sense he was having a lot of fun. Because when you have the ball on a string, as he appeared to have that ball tonight, you're having a lot of fun as a pitcher. And yes, I will applaud Tom Verducci, who I've heard some professionals that I respect greatly in the industry talk about Tom Verducci as the triple threat, as far as great on-camera presence, a great baseball writer, and a guy that just really knows the game of baseball. Told a great story of Sean Manaea losing to this Philadelphia Phillies team in the NLCS against the Padres 3 years ago now, and how he needed to kind of crack the code and redo his entire all his mechanics, his delivery, everything as a pitcher. Put yourself in his shoes for a second. You just dominated the Phillies team that made you hit the reset button on your career. It does have to be a great moment for him. And as someone who appreciates baseball, if I take the Phillies cap off for a second and just watch what he did tonight, and the Phillies, don't get me wrong, the Phillies did not do anything to help their own cause tonight, but they were overly aggressive as per usual against a pitcher that they needed to be patient with. And he was trying to get you swing at stuff outside. It reminded me of Luis Severino in his, I think it was his second to last start against the Phillies, the one where Bryce Harper took him deep twice. Luis Severino was doing nothing but throwing out of the zone and getting the Phillies to over pursue, be overly aggressive, and they were chasing and chasing and chasing, and that swing rate, that chase rate, that we've talked about before, was on full display in that game against Luis Severino. It was on display again today. And watching the Phillies, Austin Hayes, most notably, Bryce Harper in the changeup sweeper situation that came up there in the in the sixth inning, where he had an opportunity to really do some damage. He was overly aggressive, and two of those pitches weren't even in the strike zone. And he's flailing away. Two of the three, not even the strike zone, and he's flailing away at him. Alec Boehm, not healthy. And he's going up there just waiting, sitting, first pitch fastball, hoping he can get something good. Nick Castellanos is what he is. There was one point where Nick Castellanos actually worked a walk, and I think it was actually that double play ball he hit up the middle for the 4-6 line out. But Hayes was swinging out of his heels tonight. Boehm, of course. Real Muto worked a couple of good counts. Schwarber was, I thought, he didn't even get a hit, but I thought he was taking the best ABs throughout the game. Overall, it's a huge philosophy change. And that ain't happening tomorrow. That's not happening in Game 4 of the NLDS, where all of a sudden Rob Thomson and Kevin Long, the Phillies hitting coach, hey, everyone get together. We're going to try something new here, okay? We know we've been doing this thing through the second half of the season, and actually right around London, we've been doing this thing where we're like over percent. We're going to stop doing that. And tomorrow against Jose Quintana, here's what we're going to do. We're going to be patient. Nobody's swinging until you get two strikes on you. Like, no, that's not happening. Nobody's swinging at the first pitch either. I don't care if we're sitting dead red, first pitch fastball. The one pitch I don't mind Bryce Harper hacking at was the sixth inning. He got the changeup right out of the gate, and he was sitting first pitch fastball. You just walk two guys. You have the mound conference. A lot of times, you're going to get that heater because just get me over fastball. Let me get strike one here. Bryce Harper ain't going to get that pitch, and it looked like he was sitting dead red fastball. He got a changeup. The whiff. Flailed away. Nothing. That's the only aggressive, because I was smart. You think you're going to get the fastball there. Most batters think they're going to get the fastball there. Bryce Harper, yeah, I guess he's got to be thinking, maybe I'm not going to get the fastball. Maybe he goes change up here. But Manaea did a good job of disguising it, so tip the cap there. But yeah, a lot of the same as far as over pursuing for this Phillies team and just being overly aggressive. Time and time again. We saw it again in this game tonight, and it is extremely nerve-wracking. And there's already speculation about Alec Boehm, whether or not he's even going to be back next year. Phillies could have some confidence in maybe Edmundo Sosa playing the third base for a little while. Maybe you get some guys up out of the minors faster than a lot of people are anticipating. I don't see it just yet. I would be surprised, not shocked, if this was going to be Alec Boehm's last game as a Philly tomorrow, if he is playing. But for me, I just can't trust him. Was he one of the few guys that actually got decent contact tonight? Yeah, but he wasted it with a boneheaded play. And you got the shot of him in the dugout after that, shaking his head, being furious with himself. And, I mean, good. At least you know that was the wrong thing to do. Good God, man. Good God. Struggles. A 170 batting average through September. Going into tonight, a 0.067 average. That ain't going to get it done. That ain't going to get it done. When we come back, we'll take your comments, what you guys made of this game tonight, all that more when we return. This is Locked On Sports Philadelphia, Locked On Phillies Postcast, and the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on Locked On Sports Philadelphia's YouTube channel. I got you covered for at least one more night of Phillies Postcasts. Then after that, I'll have your 76ers Postcasts right here on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Also throughout Eagles season, Harry Mays and Jason Martinez have you covered for your Locked On Eagles postcasts right here on Locked On Sports Philadelphia. So make sure you hit like and subscribe to Locked On Sports Philadelphia. Be back in a second. This is Locked On Sports Philadelphia and the Locked On Phillies postcast. FanDuel. FanDuel's a great time. You should have a great time on FanDuel, especially if you're an NFL fan. You could start the season with a big return on FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. So when you get a hunch in the middle of a game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the very same page where you place your bets with FanDuel at FanDuel.com. Make sure you download the app, the FanDuel app. You'll get started with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first bet of $5. That's right. You'll get started with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. All you got to do is place a $5 bet. How about these Super Bowl odds for you NFL fans? Kansas City Chiefs plus 500. San Francisco 49ers plus 650. Baltimore Ravens plus 800. And the Philadelphia Eagles at plus 1,400. Womp, womp. Dallas Cowboys at plus 2,500. Anyway, go to FanDuel.com. That's FanDuel.com, America's #1 sports book, FanDuel.com. That's FanDuel.com. Game Time app. I know some people using the Game Time app that went up to the game tonight in New York to watch this travesty led by the Philadelphia Phillies. Game Time app got them tickets. And how about this? The Game Time app, you could save $20 when you use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for your first purchase on the Game Time app. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. The Game Time app has a brand new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to your favorite live events even easier. With Game Time Picks, it filters out all the fluff to show you only the incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Also, how about this? Take the guesswork out of buying tickets, as you can view your seat before you purchase it on the Game Time app. And don't forget to toggle the all-in pricing feature, which allows you to see just how much you're spending before you check out. So you don't have that sticker shock when you check out. Whoa, how did these $40 tickets become $50? Oh, a wildly inconvenient convenience fee? That's terrible. You don't have that type of shock with the Game Time app when you toggle the all-in pricing feature. So take advantage of all they have to offer at the Game Time app. Once again, download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Use promo code LOCKEDONMLB on the Game Time app for $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. All right. Let's open up the chat. Where yous at? How yous doing? What's happening? Boy, oh boy. Whoa, you guys are popping off in this chat today. Holy Stromboli. Sir Sketchable. Hey, I remember these guys from last year. They're the guys who don't hit the ball. Yeah. Grant, bats? What bats? Right? Ken, deja vu with Raffy. I see the giraffe. Bohm from his pinch hitting game 2, this time in the 8th. When they're finally scoring, one pitch pop out, rally killed. Thanks, Raffy. KGB officer. Farzi, the season is over. Can't even rant. Just feel deflated. If Rob Thomson is the manager of this club in a week, I'm seriously going to believe I'm What, believe in the curse of Billy Penn? No, man. Phillies have won a World Series since Eagles have won a Super Bowl. I don't believe in the curse anymore. I just believe in bad offense. KC, how many runs does Ranger give up tomorrow? I'm thinking 6. No, in all honesty, I'll give you this prediction right now. Ranger Suarez goes 5 innings tomorrow. He gives up 3 runs. The Phillies lose 3-2. That's the way I see this going tomorrow. Nail biter, excruciating into the 9th inning, Phillies lose. How do they fix the starters? We have a number 1 and 2, and Nola and Ranger number 4 need a 3. Yeah, it kind of feels like that. Cue the 8-year-old Mets trolls. Evelyn, you're hilarious. Jordan, hello. We suck every time it's a big game. No one shows up. That's what you're saying. Friggin' Phils. Nola gives up bombs. Penn wets the bed. Alec Bohm is his own worst enemy. I feel like I'm watching pinball in the infield. That's funny. I actually just played pinball for the first time in a long time. No, it was the Estevez. For all the young kids that might be watching, that Taylor comebacker to Carlos Estevez. Here's the funny thing for the kids, okay? You have a mitt in bait. When you go into the field, they let you wear a mitt. And with this mitt, you're supposed to catch the ball. And when you have a little bouncer back to you as a pitcher, I'm going to go and give you a little piece of advice. It's completely free. Ready? Use the mitt to reel in to receive the ball. Don't try to barehand it, especially if you're a relief pitcher. Okay? And then make the throw. Or if you don't catch it on the first go of it, then get it with the glove because you got time to corral it and you don't have to feel like you're Ozzie Smith trying to do a flip of the mitt to the first baseman. So many dumb things on one play. Okay. Thank you. Jordan, hello again. Sick of this. We all should have known it. The way we played the second half of the season. Should have, didn't. Nordique NHL, great name. As my father would say, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Still cuts me deep. That phrase, and if you're ever on a field trip, like 2 phrases that instantly transform me or put me back to the childhood. One is that one right there. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. The other is if you're on a field trip and there was like a homeroom mom on the trip and you were acting up, and the homeroom mom would be like, "Hey, I know your mother." Right away, I stand at attention. Like, oh, she knows my mom? Breathe in, breathe in. Frank, thank you. Jordan, hello again. Legit, only good thing now in Philly sports is Mitchkov debuting on Friday. Oh, young Flyers debuting Friday. Let's go for the orange and black, hon. Ray, hello. The offense has been on life support for months now. I hate to say it, but I think this year is done. Oh, Ray. Yeah, I agree. Steven, hello. Far as you can't bench the bar. Neither can the Phillies. Hello. Series is over. I agree. Kelly Betts, what's popping? It will be interesting to see what happens during the offseason. I concur. Stephen Lang, someone tell Alec Bohm that if you don't swing at the first pitch, they'll throw you another one. Oh, thank you. I need humor right now. Thank you. Who we got now? Eagles stink, Flyers stink, Sixers will lose in the playoffs too. Well, the Flyers might be at least fun to watch grow. A young team going out there and whatnot. By the way, congratulations to former Flyer captain Claude Giroux. Him and his lovely missus just had their 3rd child. Congratulations, Claude. Evelyn, hello. Hey, Farzy, can't bench. Oh, hey, Farzy, can't bench the bar. How much does Farzy have to bench now? Well, I have to do what the Phillies do and just do nothing, I guess. Phillies equal home run or bust. Yeah. Pat Henry. They'll win tomorrow, then blow it back. Oh, I cannot. I'd rather the Phillies just forfeit tomorrow. That's what I'd rather have happen because I can't take the Mets celebrating. Because here's the thing, I got confidence Zach Wheeler's going to go out there and be great in Game 5, and then the offense is just going to be the whiff, as the great Dan Patrick used to say on the old ESPN. Oh, Babs, I can't put that up, but thank you. I hope that's true. There's Babs. Serenity now, insanity later. Farzy, your scalp is turning gray. I had a full head of hair before this series. Just kidding. For all the newcomers, I had a full head of luscious hair. Robert Drayden, I see you. Can't put it up, but I see you. Michael Lamanti, what's going on? Lamantia, excuse me. I'm a Mets fan, Farzy. Do you trust Suarez tomorrow? Or would you rather start Wheeler on 3 days rest? I wouldn't rather start Wheeler on 3 days rest. I think Sanchez is who they go with. Sanchez, excuse me. Suarez. Suarez is their guy. That's what's happening. Thank you, Michael. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Yuki Matsui, hello. Game 4 is hammer time. Good for you. Graham, hello again. Marcus, what's happening? Carrozza. The Phillies since the All-Star game. I don't. Please. I know they suck. I know they're terrible. Crazy. Hey, Crazy. Wait, Crazy. Gosh, I hate the Mets. I would love it if we could come back and win this series. So would I. I have zero confidence. Ray Amato. Farzy, how would you fix the Phillies in the offseason, specifically the late hole hitters? I'm not there yet mentally. But as I watched Austin Hayes strike out, I was just like, Brent Rooker would have been the move. Coca-Cola Corner, get out of here. Dr. Phil, is this thing over? You still think today the Phillies team are from April, May? Nope, I don't. Thank you, Harry. Hard to believe, Harry. Travis, they'll win tomorrow. Thank you, Travis. A baguette. Dr. Phil, I'm a big fan of yours. Thank you. Dr. Phil watches the show. No big deal, guys. Hardcore for all. Thank you. Hello. Rojas can't hit. That's true. Aiden Miller will be brought up. Let's hope so. Rupert Pumpkin. Boom-headed play. Hey, we got jokes. Thank you, Tyler. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, this is perfect. Peter Jersey? Yeah. Ha, Phillies suck. Thank you. Oh, Andrew, this is what I guess the long layoff isn't so great. Andrew, in all honesty, I know a lot of people have made that point. If this is a rust point you're making, the Phillies then have been rusty since the end of May. I thought the only chance the Phillies would have of getting back to any form of consistent offense is if they had a week off and could sit in the whirlpool, could do some physical therapy, and just do that as opposed to playing another series. Like, let's not act like they were great in September. Let's not act like they've been great at all really since the end of May. So for me, I thought the only way they could really do anything positive is if they had the long layoff. Most overpaid Polska trucker, Yakshamash. Most overpaid bats in the league. Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with that. Oh, and now the Mets fans are coming to town. You guys are great. Oh, thanks so much. You guys are so much fun. Thank you so much. Andrew Rosen, Mets fan here. Sorry, the Mets got your number. It certainly seems like it. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are, what do we hold on? Get one more? Babs, I'll hug little touch. You got it. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are wonderful, as per usual. All right, my prediction for tomorrow night. Pain. Boy, oh boy. Jose Quintana goes against Ranger Suarez, most likely. I'll do a quick glance at social media just to see if Rob Thomson said anything to the contrary as for who's going to be their starter. I'm not seeing anything. That's not how you spell Thompson. Laura. Rob Thomson, after the game, said it's the most resilient team he's ever been around. He's talking about his Phillies. Toughness, fighting, playing together. He said that Austin Hayes looked rusty tonight. No kidding. Okay, Corey Simon, NBC Sports Philadelphia, asked if Zach Wheeler would be available out of the pen in Game 4. Rob Thomson said he thinks everyone will be, not Nola, obviously. Everyone will be available, including scheduled Game 5 starter Zach Wheeler. Holy Stromboli. All right. Well, I'm going to go cry myself to sleep. Everyone have a wonderful evening. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe. Odd Villain. Hold on. Let me just get this last one in here. Odd Villain. Rocky Balboa can't even save you guys. Let me just say this. Most of Philadelphia cringed when Bryce Harper said that after Game 2. Okay? Myself included. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. That's Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow night. Hopefully I was wrong. Hopefully they win and we have a Game 5 and the Phillies win that one. Because that would be fun. That would be the instant turnaround. I don't even want to live in that world because I don't want to build myself up just to break it down. You know what I mean? But that would be amazing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. My name is Mark Farzetta. This is Locked On Sports Philadelphia on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Be back with you guys tomorrow. Hopefully the Fighting Phils show some fight. See you guys then. Bye.